Aye, we give you the facts. It's not what you think. Popeye Newsling, Young King, 1 yard, bless.
Good morning, Popeye. Grandma watch Popeyes every morning and every night.
Greetings, viewers and subscribers. In today's journey, we are in Negril, in the parish of Westmoreland. You're gonna see us driving up the beach road and back down the beach road. Now, the correct name for the beach road is Norman Manley Boulevard. Negril, it was named by the Spanish in 1494. It's a shortened version of, well, in Spanish, it's pronounced Negril, but in English, it's pronounced Negrilo. In Spanish, it means little black ones. There are two theories as to how Negril got its name. Firstly, the black cliffs south of the village, and secondly, the large amount of black eels along Negril's coast. So, sit back, relax and drive with me. Now, there is a community in the parish of Hanover. It's in the Kingsville police area and it's called Ginger Hill. A very nice laid-back community. In fact, it's a community where I used to live when I was a child. Now, ever since the advent of the chopping game, some youngsters in the community, they buy guns and all kind of foolishness start. Now, Devian, Tudus, Jari, is it Jari or Jerry? Are you the ones firing shots in the community in recent times? We are told that from last week, a lot of gunshots are being fired in the area, especially at nights. Are you the ones who are doing it? We are told that sometimes, some guys, they go down to a place named Houghton Tower on bikes and it's pure gunshots firing. Devian, Tudus, Jari, are you the ones doing it? I hope you're not the ones because that is pure foolishness. Well, if it's not you and you know who are doing it, tell them to stop. A word to the wise is, you know the rest. Now, that murderer on your screen, his name is Ayele Russell. Ayele is charged for the murder of Nadian Dyer. Nadian, she was popularly known as Heather, and she was 21 years old at the time when Ayele killed her and buried her in a makeshift grave in his bedroom at Pee Wee Lane in Negril in the parish of Westmoreland. It is also alleged that Ayele, he is responsible for the death of Heather's 3-year-old daughter, Orlandi Miller, and Heather, she knew that Ayele had killed Orlandi. However, she did not make a report to the police. Now, after Ayele killed Heather, he booked a flight and he left to New York. He was arrested in New York after he tried to kill another female who he was involved in a relationship with. After serving some time in prison in New York, Ayele was deported to Jamaica where he was charged for the death of Nadian Spence, also known as Heather. We are told that the evidence against Ayele was overwhelming. The detectives who investigated this case, they did a very good job in putting the case together. As a result of the evidence stacked against Ayele, he pleaded guilty for killing Heather. At Ayele's sentencing, trying to get a reduced sentence, he said this to the judge. Good afternoon. My name is Ayele Russell. I would like to apologize to Nadian's mother and her family. It was only in a moment of passion. Every day I am searching for Nadian. Me love Nadian. Me miss her. Me think about her every day. It was only a moment of passion. Me sorry about that. Well, at the time I released that video and that story, I asked the question, do you believe what this murderer had said? Well, I didn't, and I am sure many people from Pee Wee Lane in West End, they didn't believe what Ayele said either. So Ayele, he was sentenced to life imprisonment. The judge, he had ruled that Ayele, he should not be eligible for parole until he served at least 24 years. So, in a normal, law-abiding society, one would think, okay, that's it for Ayele for now. But truth be told, Jamaica is not a normal, law-abiding society. In Jamaica, prisoners go to prison being poor and them come back out rich. Prisoners, they scam and extort behind bars. Prisoners, they order hits from behind bars. Prisoners are on social media every day behind bars. We have been contacted by numerous persons in and around Negril between last night and this morning. And this was the reason. Ayele, he went on his social media pages yesterday and he posted that message. It says, "In God we trust. If all I know what judge me wrongfully, people still go feel what I felt when I lost my brothers, especially for all the hypocrites and backstabbers that know everything that happened to Bongo. Me I go make you suffer slowly like a R&B slow soft song playing. All who not dead yet, and me not ready for them." He ended the message the same way he started. In God we trust. Now, Bongo Jan was one of Ayele's brothers. It is said that at one stage, Bongo Jan and Ayele, they had a falling out. It is alleged that one of Ayele's cronies, he went to Bongo Jan and he told him that Ayele had told him to kill him, Bongo Jan, but he can't do it. Bongo Jan, he told many persons about this. Bongo Jan was eventually shot and killed. Now, many persons, they are saying that Ayele, he had nothing to do with it, whilst some persons, they are convinced that it was Ayele who ordered it. So Ayele, he's behind bars, serving a life sentence, and he's still managing to put fear in some people in Negril. Welcome to Jamaica, the land that we love. Boy, may I tell you. Now, in this next incident, it took place early this morning, Friday, September 23, 2022, about 12:30. It took place at Bastard Cedar Walk in the Petersfield area in the parish of Westmoreland. We are told that a man and his common-law wife, both of them are in their early 50s. They were at home and fast asleep when they were awoken by gunshots being fired. The man and the lady, they took cover and they hid inside of the house. Luckily, they were not harmed. The police were called and it was discovered that the louver glass window to the front of the house, it was damaged by bullets. We are told that 5 9mm spent shells were recovered from the scene. Like we said, luckily, no one was harmed. So the question is, who is it that want this man and his wife dead? Because these bullets, they were not fired in the air. They were fired directly inside of the house. Ah boy. Now, in this next incident, you see sometimes we carry some stories, and I know it sounds like a movie, but what we are reporting is reality. We can't make up these stories. Listen to this. Yesterday afternoon, Thursday, September 22, 2022, about some minutes to 3 o'clock, a man, his name is Rodel Daley. He's popularly known as Percy, and he's said to be in his mid-50s. Now, Percy, he lived at a place named Retrieve in the parish of Hanover. Percy's house was broken into, and some items were stolen from the house. We are told that Percy, he suspected a hoodlum who is called Big Pants. Big Pants is living at a place named Pengate in Jericho in the parish of Hanover. So Percy, he did not report the housebreaking to the police. He decided to take matters into his own hands. So yesterday afternoon, Percy, he armed himself with a machete and he went to Red Gate where he saw and confronted Big Pants. He approached Big Pants and he started raining some blows on him. We are told that Big Pants, he confessed to Percy and told him yes, it was him who broke into the house and he had the stolen items at his, Big Pants, home. Percy, he then said to Big Pants, "Come, we are go up at your house." Both Percy and Big Pants, they were now heading to Big Pants' house. They were walking in some bushes when Big Pants, he decided to fight back. As a result, he and Percy, they started to struggle for control of the machete. Big Pants, he gained some strength and he managed to take away the machete from Percy. It is alleged that Big Pants, he used the machete to chop Percy to his neck and his right hand. Percy, he fell to the ground, and you want to know what Big Pants did next? It is alleged that Big Pants, he then set Percy's body on fire and he kicked him into a ditch. Big Pants, he then ran away. Percy, it is suspected that he died on the spot. So Big Pants, who we are told his correct name is Omar Christie and he's a well-known thief in the area, he's now wanted by the police. Boy, may I tell you, what are your views on this one? So let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. Are you so in tune to the stories that up until now, oh, you do it now, you touch on that love button now, you touch on the thumbs up button now? So let me ask you something again. Have you subscribed to the channel as yet? It no cost you $1. It no cost you a dime. It nah nyam off your data off of your phone. Oh, in Queen's language, it's not gonna eat off the data off your phone. Just hit on the subscribe button. As also, hit on the notification bell, then click all. So that whenever we upload a new video, you will be the first to be notified. In the final story for today, and what you must understand is, we are not sure what is the motive for this killing. But I'm gonna be sharing some interesting details with you. You're not gonna hear these details anywhere else unless they come over here and copy the info. Listen carefully, and you're gonna want to listen to the very end. There was a hoodlum named Kavian Irvin. He was popularly known as Dummy. Now, Dummy, he lived in Savannah-la-Mar in the parish of Westmoreland. In 2017, Dummy was wanted by the Westmoreland police. It is said that he was wanted for some shooting incidents. Dummy was said to be hiding out between Montego Bay and Darling Street in Savannah-la-Mar. On the night of Sunday, April 30, 2017, Dummy was standing in a yard in the vicinity of 105 Darling Street when he was attacked and shot by two hoodlums. Dummy received gunshot wounds to his upper body and he died on the spot. The Westmoreland Police Department, they carried out investigations and two persons were arrested and charged for the death of Dummy. There were one, that person that you are seeing on your screen. His name is O'Shane Price. He was popularly known as Eclipse. The second person who the cops charged for killing Dummy was that person on your screen. His name is Dermot Baker. He was also called Baker Man and Shatta. Both of them, they were charged and taken before the court, and eventually they were granted bail by the courts. So both of them were now on the street. On the evening of Sunday, November 29th, 2020, about some minutes to 6 o'clock, O'Shane Price, who would be celebrating his 25th birthday the next day, Monday, November 30, he and a group of persons, they were standing at the entrance of Harmony Town in Savannah-la-Mar. That's right at 105 Darling Street and near to where Dummy was killed. We are told that a motorcycle rode up with two hoodlums aboard. The hoodlums, they opened gunfire at Eclipse. At one point, the two hoodlums, they fell off the bike, but that didn't stop them. It is said that by this time, Eclipse fell, and at least one of the hoodlums, he went over Eclipse and he pumped about 3 or 4 more bullets into Eclipse. Eclipse, he was killed on the spot. The two hoodlums, they jumped on the motorcycle and they rode away, making good their escape. Now, this incident, it took place in broad daylight, in front of several persons. So the two alleged shooters, they were readily identified. One of the persons who was alleged to be involved is on your screen. His name is Everton Silent. He was popularly known as Chucky or Piranha. And the other one is that other person on your screen. His name is Rodel Irvin, popularly known as Wani. Now, Wani, he is the brother of Kavian Irvin, also known as Dummy, the wanted man who was shot and killed on April 30, 2017, and the same man who Eclipse and Baker man were charged for killing. So, Wani and Dummy, they are brothers. Are you following me? I hope you are. Now, immediately after the killing of Eclipse, the Westmoreland police, they carried out investigation and they put out a bulletin on their website and social media pages. The bulletin, it stated that both Piranha and Wani, they were wanted for the murder of Eclipse. On December 4th, 2020, Rodel Irvin, also known as Wani, he handed over himself to the police and he was charged for the murder of Ocean Price, also known as Eclipse. Piranha, he was still on the run. But on Wednesday, January 6th, 2021, the Westmoreland police, acting on intelligence, they journeyed to Richmond Hill in the parish of Manchester, where Everton Silent, also known as Chucky and Piranha, he was held in a house in the area. He was brought back to Westmoreland, where he was officially charged. So, he and Wani, they are still in police custody, awaiting their trial. Now, Dermot Baker, also known as Shatta or Baker Man, he was 37 years old and he was still out on the road on bail. He was awaiting trial for the murder of Dummy. That case, we are told, is to be called up next month in the Westmoreland Circuit Court. Like I told you before, I have no evidence whether or not the events are connected. But yesterday afternoon, Thursday, September 22, 2022, Dermot Baker, also known as Baker Man and Shatta, he was standing in the vicinity of the same 105 Darling Street, near to Harmony Town, near to where Eclipse was killed, and near to where Dummy was killed, when he was approached by at least 2 hoodlums. The hoodlums, they were armed with guns. They opened gunfire at Baker Man, hitting him in his head and his upper body. He fell to the ground and the hoodlums, they made good their escape. It is suspected that Baker Man, he died on the spot. We are told that when this crime scene was processed, a number of 9mm spent shells were recovered from the scene. The mayhem continues. Blessed love, everybody.
Tell a friend for tell a friend for tell a friend about Popeye Newslink and PNL Blog TV. Like, subscribe and share. Quicksilver sing, if we just unite, what a country this will be. If we just unite, Jamaica live in unity. If we just unite, what a country this will be. If we just unite, Jamaica live in unity. Hey, crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. I coulda sunshine or rain. Jamaica, no problem, no pain. Rude boy them no out can't take, but me want country bar. To the street and the lane, everybody them start complain. Bloodshed, what a shame, what a shame. But me want me country back, give me country bar. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Jamaica, Jamaica, the land of the sun. Jamaica become now the land of the gun. East and north and south when me turn. Country and town, man a pay blood a run. Murder, don't you baby me hear them a murder. Cut it out, tell them no gonna further. Man a dead like cans and bird, yeah. Who no listen them a word, yeah. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica.